Okay, AJ, first of all, great to meet you. I'm a fellow alum, and this program has been good to connect with alums that I've never met.
Awesome to meet you too. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
So I take it you're working from home with Insperity, and I like the boat in the background. You look like you're nice and cozy.
Perfect little touch.
Yeah. Tell us what you do with Insperity and how you landed there.
Yeah, so I'm in an outside sales role right now with Insperity. Internally, we call it a business performance advisor, and my goal is to leverage Insperity's human resources and medical benefit platform, essentially to help small to mid-sized businesses, run better, grow faster, and ultimately drive more revenue to the company.
And what's the challenge been like for you during COVID?
It's different for sure. Prior to this, there was a lot of in-person meetings, door pulling, calling, emailing, but quickly we switched over to kind of a social media presence, especially on LinkedIn. Ultimately, trying to get people to take meetings and want to talk to you has been certainly a struggle. Of course, small and mid-sized businesses have gone through enough over the past year, so certainly understandable.
Yeah, I think when this slows down, I don't want to say your job will be easier, but at least that if things are back to normal, people will want to talk to you a little bit more.
Exactly, and the good thing is Insperity. I mean, we really can help small to mid-sized businesses in multiple different avenues, especially what I mentioned, running better, growing faster, driving revenue. That's our goal through our platform and through what we sell. So we do certainly believe that we can help these businesses.
So you're a communications major at Framingham State. So tell us about that program. I was a TV production major here many years ago.
Yeah, I loved comm. It was the perfect fit for me at the time, especially freshman year. I was contemplating between two very different career paths. I was contemplating between business and going into sales like I am now, or being a special ed teacher, actually. So that
Cool.
allowed me to kind of check off my gen eds and things of that nature while ultimately deciding what I wanted to do. And again, ended up in the business world, but comm was the perfect fit. It certainly, freshman, sophomore year specifically, allowed me to be creative in those types of classes as well, which I respect and ultimately loved.
Now, do you have a good story on how you picked Framingham State? Because I mean, some of the stories on here, we've had people say they didn't even know what they wanted to do. So how did you get to FSU?
Yeah, so I was fully committed to going to Curry College right after high school, of course, and I was a week away. I think I was like 10 days away from going to Curry College. I had my bags packed, everything purchased, the whole nine, and I was ready to follow two of my brother's footsteps to go to Curry. And for whatever reason, it came over me that I didn't know if I belonged there, nor did I want to go anymore. So I backed out last minute. I had the roommate and everything, and ultimately that's how I landed at Framingham State. So commuted for my first year, and then ultimately in 2012 started going there full time and moved into Towers as a freshman, and it was all history after that.
That's a great story. And you were an RA here, right?
I was, yeah. That was one of my favorite times for sure, is being an RA.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, what do you learn from that? Because that's a huge responsibility as a young person.
Yeah, I think a better question is probably what I did not learn. RA was such a perfect role. It allowed me to be who I already was, and again, by giving a young person pretty significant responsibility, I think was important for me as well. It teaches you a lot of lessons. I'm so thankful for being an RA. You get to meet so many different people that you not only work with, but that you're, they're, whether it's your resident or whatever. But it taught me a lot for sure, and very in debt, if you will, to the RA program.
I think what's great about this community, and that's why I like the name of this feature called fRAMily Features, because there really is a family here. And I think it's because it's smaller, but there's something about this campus, and everyone that's been on here has said there is the hill, the way it looks now, and there's just something that's very charming with Framingham State.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Framingham State, if I were to tell a young person, that was considering Framingham State, I would just say give it a shot, because you're going to meet your future family here. You're going to meet like I did, if you're lucky enough, like I am, you're going to meet your groomsmen or your bridesmaids or your best friends, the people that are going to stand by you for years and years to come. And it probably is due to the size to Framingham State. At first, that was one of the deterring factors for me. but then quickly, right when you get on campus, it's just a different feel. You really are going to meet the people that you're going to spend the rest of your life with ultimately.
And some of those people you've stayed in touch with, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Two of my groomsmen, two of my best friends, Alex Brown, Cam Zamani, are going to stand up there with me in 5 months when I get married. And they're two of my best friends in the world. So I couldn't be more thankful for Framingham State as a whole. And again, that family that Framingham State does provide.
Yeah, and this location too. I mean, Framingham you're pretty close to Boston, and you're in a pretty good area.
Yeah, absolutely. Framingham's like a mini hub, especially with the different jobs, or careers, I should say, after Framingham State. And then you look to Boston and Woburn and Waltham. This area is a great area to kind of spread your wings post Framingham State, like a lot of us have done.
Okay, I'm gonna dream big for you, AJ. What's your ultimate goal in the workplace? Or is that too broad of a question for you?
That is broad. I would say ultimately becoming a manager in some aspect. As an RA, I like to lead. I like to teach. I think being a manager or being a supervisor would also kind of allow me to scratch that itch. Like being someone who wanted to be in the special ed field and being a teacher. So it would allow me to kind of scratch that itch, if you will. That would be awesome for me.
Yeah, and I think with everything that we have now, there's opportunities to do more. You can do stuff with all these online vehicles, and you can brand yourself in any kind of way. You don't have to be a gamer on YouTube. You can do anything.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, we were talking about that before. It's certainly an exciting time. And again, Framingham State gives you the tools to do that. Most colleges, of course, do, but Framingham State, it's a little bit more personal, especially with the teachers and bonds you build, to allow you to, again, spread the wings post Framingham State, post college career.